Hey everyone, PB here, and welcome to my Star Ocean recap series. Unlike my other favorite JRPGs such as Final Fantasy and the Tales of series, all of the games in Star Ocean are based in the same universe, just at different points in time. I know I've struggled with remembering all the events that happened in the series, so I've made these videos to go over the main storylines. Be forewarned that this series does contain spoilers. Without further ado, let's recap Star Ocean First Departure. Star Ocean First Departure R is based in the year Stardate 346 and is second in the Star Ocean timeline. You start your adventure on the planet Broke as Roddick, who begins his patrol in the town with the help of his two friends Millie and Dorn. You soon learn that a mysterious disease is turning people into stone and is ravaging the lands. Dorn unfortunately contracts this disease, so you all have to travel to the top of a mountain, which rumor has it that there is a flower that can heal his condition. When you reach the top, you are met by two space travelers, Ronix and Ilya, who teleport you all to their spaceship when they see that Dorn's condition worsens. You are all taken to the infirmary where the medical staff tries to save Dorn, but you are unable to due to the nature of the virus, which mutates at such an incredible rate that any vaccine would be rendered useless in just a matter of minutes. The only way to save Dorn and everyone on Roke is to find the host of this disease and create a vaccine from their blood. You soon realize that the Archfiend Asmodeus is the host of this disease, but he had disappeared after the demonic war 300 years ago. Dorn succumbs to the petrification, and Ilya deduces that another race of people, the Lozonians, are behind the pandemic on the planet Roke. She theorizes that they are kidnapping the people once they turn into stone in order to utilize the Rokian blood to create new element known as invisible matter to build warships and other war-type weapons. You confront a member of the Lozonian race who tells you that they are actually receiving their resources from a third party and do not have any antivirus or samples of the virus to help. Eventually, you realize that the only way to save everyone on Roke is to use the time gate on the planet Styx to travel 300 years into the past in order to find Asmodeus and be able to create a vaccine from him. Roddick, Millie, Ronix, and Ilya all head to the planet of Styx to proceed with their plan to use the time gate. While using the time gate, you and Ilya are separated from Ronix and Millie during the transversal through space and time. Once you arrive 300 years in the past, Roddick and Ilya set off to find information on Asmodeus while trying to reconnect with your friends. After traveling through two different continents, you notice a celestial ship crashing to the planet's surface. You decide to check on the crash site before moving forward with your search for your friends. At the crash site, Ilya states that the ship isn't from Earth or Lazonia, but a third-party research crew. The ship, however, resembles an Earth-type ship. You finally make it over to the third continent, where you are reunited with both Millie and Ronix. Now that the party is back together, you make your way through the region's kingdom in order to find more information on Asmodeus. You speak with the king, who tells you that you must go to the demon world in order to reach Asmodeus. In order to enter the demon world, you need to use the Eye of Truth, a treasure from the ancient race, the Muaz. To acquire the treasure, you must gather the emblems of all four kingdoms in order to access the ancient secrets of the Muaz and the Temple of Purity guarded by the three goddesses. You set off to gather the emblems and access the Temple of Purity. Once inside, you notice the area is significantly more technologically advanced and find more records of the Muaz past. The Muaz are actually from Earth's 8th continent, Mu, who were vastly more technologically advanced than the rest of Earth, but the continent was destroyed by a meteor crashing into it, causing a vortex to swallow the people into a dimensional rift, teleporting them to the planet Roke. The Muaz created the Eye of Truth by using their technology combined with Roke's symbology in order to create a dimensional portal back to Earth. However, they accidentally opened a door to the demon world and doomed the planet of Roke. After learning the history of Muaz, you acquire the Eye of Truth and are one step closer to reaching Asmodeus. Before you can fight Asmodeus, you must acquire the weapon which he fears the most, the bladeless sword. As soon as you learn that you need this, it's practically the next scene at which you acquire this weapon. Quite a convenience. Now that you've gathered the means of reaching Asmodeus as well as defeating him, you head out to his lair in the demon world. The structure in which Asmodeus resides in is a space-time laboratory with tubes of monsters and demons held captive inside. As you venture through the broken hallways and stairways, you eventually find your way to Asmodeus' quarters. Asmodeus reveals that he is unconsciously attacking Roke due to his thirst for strength and power. After defeating him, the third party we heard about from the Lozonians and at the celestial crash site all of a sudden teleport in and hijack a sample of Asmodeus' blood, and then they teleport back out. You also take a sample of the blood and take it back in order to create serum to cure everyone in the present day. You all leave the past through a portal that leads back to the present. A serum is created and all the people on Roke are restored back to normal. You say your goodbyes to Ronix and Ilya and live happily ever after with Millie. Not quite. Ronix learns that the third party is a race from the planet Fargate, whose dictator of a leader, G.A. Revorce, is planning on starting a war with the Earth in order to invade and steal their resources. G.A. Revorce is a genetically engineered superhuman who is resistant to blasters and explosions. The plan is to assassinate him by primitive means in order to disperse of the threat on Earth. Ronix and Ilya travel back to Roke to recruit you and Millie again to defeat G.A. Revorce. After accepting the request to join Operation Stardust, you find yourself on the planet Fargate where y'all are ambushed by the Fargate soldiers. A mysterious person shows up and assist you in your retreat. However, Millie was left behind and is being held prisoner at the nearest facility. You evacuate to the mysterious person's hideout nearby and learn that they are part of the anti-Revorce movement who are also trying to assassinate G.A. Revorce. They agree to help you and rescue Millie by creating a diversion while you sneak in the back. After successfully rescuing Millie, you return to the anti-Revorce movement base where you learn more about the history of the people of Fargate. Apparently, they are also from Mu, the destroyed 8th continent on Earth, who were transported to Fargate by a similar, if not the same vortex that the Muas on Rogue came from. The terrain on Fargate is so barren they had to use forbidden research to create a race of superhumans in order to survive on the planet while trying to find a way back to Earth. They disclose information on where G.A. Revorce resides as well as how to access his lair in Revorce Tower by using an underground tunnel from the closed-off biolab. You soon head out to the biolab where you find a recording saying that Asmodeus was a superhuman created by the Muas on Fargate. He rebelled against his peers and escaped through a vortex heading to the demon world, taking the space-time laboratory with him. The Muas on the Fargate could not reproduce another superhuman like Asmodeus, which is why they needed to find him and retrieve his blood sample. His blood is the gene base which G.A. Revorce was created from. After learning G.A.'s heritage, you travel through an underground tunnel to reach Revorce's tower. Eventually, you reach G.A. in his lair. He expresses his motive for trying to destroy the Earth Federation and invade Earth is because it's the wish of the Muas on Fargate to return back home to Earth. He realizes that Earthlings squander and waste resources of the land, so he has decided to be the dictator or god of creation to make sure that the resources are being used to their full potential. You engage G.A. Revorce in battle and end up victorious. After the battle, you are taken back to Roke and are finally through with your space and time adventures. Before Ronix and Ilya leave for good, they express how they wish Roke will remain underdeveloped so they do not have to worry about the risks of corruption, pollution, and lack of resources. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. These videos do take me a bit of time and are strenuous to make, so please let me know in the comments below if this was helpful or if there was anything else important that I may have missed. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Feel free to check out some of my other videos on my channel since I do have a variety of gaming content. Until then, take care, my friends.